Hello my friends, welcome to Home and Garden. So today's video, I am going to show you all these beautiful daisies. This is all planted on the flower cut garden, and I will give you some tips on how to care and also propagate for them. So let's start and check them out. Okay, if this is your first time to visit my garden, this is actually in the lower backyard. So here, this side is all my flower cut garden. And here, starting from this side, I have all these beautiful blooms, and these are the daisies. And I add all these daisies with all these beautiful different color flowers. This is also all the perennial flowers, and they like full sun. And that's what daisies requirement is, to have a full sun. And also you can add all these beautiful blooms together with dahlias. I have also a peony, but they are done blooming, and then hardy geranium is next to them, and also a crocosmia that about to bloom. And also I added this beautiful cactus dahlias, and also a lot of colorful blooms. This is the daylilies, the double bloom orange daylilies, and the one that's already done blooming are all the Asiatic lily. And the way that I propagate these daisies, I actually divide them, and also they have some babies because they have some seeds that they drop. And all here, the one, the yellow center here, this is the seeds of the daisies. So these daisies, they are the upright daisies, and I don't have the dwarf daisies, which is I want to actually start to plant them here and added them maybe in the front yard. But all of this that I have right now are the upright daisies. And here they have multi blooms on one stem like this. This is the biggest one, and I still have some on the flower buds like this one here, and they have a lot of blooms at this time actually. So this side of my garden, this is again the flower cut garden, they receive for at least 6 hours of full sun. And I do add the rubrica actually. It's the yellow bloom, but they are still in their flower buds. And I actually divide last year all these daylilies because I planted them in between some of the plants, like I alternate the dahlias and daisies, and also I have some of the oriental lilies. They're about almost like done to bloom at this time. And I still have the dahlias that's still in the flower buds. I can't wait to show that to you. And before, I only have one daisies. It's actually just planted on this side. So every year, I just divide them and get some space for the other plants. So I divide them and put them in between some plants. So here, as you can see, it looks like there are just a row of daisies that don't have any space on them. This one is actually just a one bush on this side, so I divide them like this one. I can actually divide by like 4 and move it to the other part of the garden, but I'm just going to leave it as is. So I add some of my propagation on this side and then add like a planted them round like here. I'm trying to put some spaces so they're not overcrowded and they're still gonna be look pretty. So from far view, it actually looks like they are together, like they're planted together because they are so tall. They're about 3 feet. Their height is like 3 feet, and you can see all the white blooms all the way there. So all the way to that side, which is next to the rhododendron, is all daisies. They are really pure white. And I love that yellow in the center. It looks like sunflower. And the bees, they like to come here and smell all these daisies. So the flower cut garden are close with the slope garden. So this is my slope garden. If this is your first time to visit my channel, this side is a slope garden and I still have all these beautiful hydrangeas, and I just giving you a quick look into the beautiful flowers and of course the daylilies on the side of the pavers. And here next to the slope garden is the flower cut garden. And as you can see, there's still a lot of beautiful blooms like this daylilies still in bloom. And the background flowers, all that white one, are of course the daisies. So this side of my garden, this is actually the vegetable garden, and I have a lot of fruit trees that planted next to the vegetable garden. And one of them, this is actually the marionberry, and they have this white bloom, and all these green fruits will turn to red and then black color marionberry. This is a thornless marionberry. So here next to all these irises, I have also all these daisies planted. Next to them are all the crocosmia. I also add some daisies next to all my strawberry that's planted on the old wheelbarrow. And here it's next to the grapevines actually, which is starting to have some fruits. And there's the daisies. So this is the view from the vegetable garden, and checking out again all these beautiful daisies that planted here at the flower cut garden. And this is really bright. Looking all these white and yellow flowers. It's actually make my day when I walk here at the flower cut garden and checking all these beautiful blooms. And you can see already the daisies. This is actually an afternoon that I'm taking this video. It's in the afternoon and still all the daisies are blooming beautifully. So I am actually taking this video on the backyard deck, and this is the view of all these beautiful daisies, and you can actually see all this bright color and all of this. This is the top view, full view of my flower cut garden, and the stunning beauty of this white and yellow blooms are all the daisies. So from here next to all the hydrangeas that blooming, starting to bloom, there's the daisies, and all the way here are all the beautiful daisies. I hope you're enjoying all this beautiful view of my flowers and different color that blooming on the flower cut garden. And also this side is a slope garden. So, okay, my friends, so this one, I just want to show you all of this. This is actually one of my propagation from last year. So, the way that I propagate the daisies, I divide them. As long as you have the roots, it's the same thing when you divide like the astilbe fern, as long as you have, of course, the roots. You don't have to have the flowers or the foliage when you make the dividing. It's okay, even though just the roots, and of course there's like a part of the top side of the daisies. That's okay. They're not really a picky plant, so they can still, of course, grow from pots, and also they are healthier actually when you put them directly in the ground. So make sure to also, like this one on the pot, I just water them like once a week, and I actually put them on the vegetable garden just to have the pots that I propagate. And once I know what part of the garden where I'm going to add them, I can just, take this pot and add it into the garden area, which is this pot. I am going to add them also, add to the front garden area to have more daisies on there. And again, there are required to have a at least 6 hours of full sun. So hope you can try and add these beautiful blooms, like add it to your garden, and they are really, really beautiful. Okay, my friends, so that's the end of our video about this beautiful daisies. And I hope you remember all the tips that I give you on how to care and also propagate for all these beautiful flowers. And I'll see you in my next video. You take care.